All right, what is up, guys? Another big slate tonight, 10 gamer. So far today, it's been somewhat of a quiet news day, but there's a lot that we're waiting on still, so we will kind of have to pay attention to news throughout the stream. We're waiting on news from De'Aaron Fox. That's a big one. We just got word he's a game time decision. So De'Aaron Fox from Sacramento, questionable. If he gets ruled out, that is going to change a good amount, specifically with a guy like, Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton, I was on him yesterday, did not go well, but I would be fine going right back to Halliburton today. I think Halliburton would be a really, really strong play if De'Aaron Fox gets ruled out, so that's a big question mark. Terrence Davis is also out, and Terrence Davis has been starting in place of De'Aaron Fox, so, if Terrence Davis out and if Fox were to sit as well, we'll probably see, maybe Davion Mitchell start, maybe Buddy Hield start. Davion Mitchell could definitely be someone we look to as a value if he winds up starting. Gonna have to pay attention to that. And then we're waiting for news on the Raptors. So the Raptors are another team, with question marks right now. Fred VanVleet, Scotty Barnes both did not play yesterday, and they are both questionable for today. So if VanVleet and Scotty Barnes sit again, we saw yesterday, Siakam played massive minutes and he, crushed. He would be a great play. OG played a ton of minutes. If VanVleet if VanVleet and Scotty Barnes are both out, OG is going to look great. Gary Trent looked really good yesterday, played big minutes. He got a ton of usage, took 21 shots. I think Gary Trent would be a really good play. So yeah, we just got to wait for news here. VanVleet questionable, Scotty Barnes questionable, De'Aaron Fox questionable. Those are the big ones that we're waiting on. Hopefully we'll get some updates during the stream. But that's most of the big news for today. We got some other little ones. Marcus Morris is out again for the Clippers. So, we saw last night, Reggie Jackson I liked a lot last night, and he just got benched for some reason. I think Reggie Jackson in tournaments makes some sense. You could probably still go back there. Terrence Mann started in place of Marcus Morris. He played a lot of minutes. I think Terrence Mann for 3,700, probably one of the better value plays on this slate. I do like Terrence Mann quite a bit now that Marcus Morris is out again. And then we got some news from Portland, which I don't think is too crazy, but Robert Covington and Nasir Little are both out for Portland. Maybe you see Tony Snell start or something, but I think, that's not really too impactful news. Definitely the Raptors news and the De'Aaron Fox news, that's the big ones for sure. But if you guys have questions for tonight, you can throw those in chat. We'll be live till about 6:30 Eastern. Go live for about 25 minutes. I'll try and answer, all your guys' questions. And as always, I do appreciate you guys tuning into the stream. Hit the like button. Always do appreciate the likes. If you're new and you have not yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. We're on the road to 25,000 subscribers. Hopefully we'll hit that, within the next couple months. So definitely, if you're new and you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Bill says Rondo, LeVert, Mann, Cam Johnson, Biyombo, Deontay Murray, Jalen Smith, Harden. Bill, there's some guys I would definitely not be playing there. Jalen Smith, he probably plays the backup 5 today, but I'm not confident that Jalen Smith plays a lot. I think they're going to play Biyombo big minutes. I think they're fine playing Biyombo big minutes right now. Biyombo might play 36 minutes and Jalen Smith plays 12 minutes. So yeah, I'm not that high on Jalen Smith. I just don't think you need to go there on a 10-game slate. I feel like that's just not necessary. 368 barely cashed last night. Yeah, dude. Last night's slate was so high scoring. I see Didi asked how did I do. I did not do that well last night. Halliburton killed me last night. If I could have gotten a little bit more out of Halliburton, I could have been in good shape. I was just on the edge of cashing, but the freaking Kings, man. Kings went out there and lost by fucking 50. My God. It was such a good spot for Halliburton with his price tag where it was, the usage he was going to get without De'Aaron Fox, and the Kings just went out there and got the absolute shit beat out of him. Best value plays. Right now, Terrence Mann, I think is a good value. He should start for Marcus Morris. I think Cameron Johnson's a good value again. And then we're gonna have to wait and see what news we get during the stream. But those are two guys I do like for value. And Bismack Biyombo, if you consider him a value, 5,500, he looks really good. With JaVale McGee and DeAndre Ayton both out. Jokic or Harden. I lean Harden, but I think those are two of the better pay-ups today. Morant, Murray, or Trae Young. Give me Ja Morant there, but that's close between Ja and Deontay Murray. What's up, Noah? What's up, Mohammed? What's up, my man? What's up, buddy? You're my favorite deep dive live stream recently. Hey, Elvin, appreciate you tuning in, man. Glad you enjoy the streams. Garland, Booker, or Randall. I would say Booker between those three. LeVert or Siakam. For now, I'll say LeVert, but if VanVleet and Scotty Barnes are both out, I would side with Siakam. Are we keeping the faith in Halliburton after he burned us last night? I'd be fine going right back to Halliburton. He burned me, but if De'Aaron Fox gets ruled out, I think Halliburton's a great play again. And it's a much better matchup against Atlanta than it was last night against Boston. So yeah, really like Halliburton again if Fox is out. Bam, Holiday, or Nurkic? Give me Nurkic there. Yeah, the whole team was bad. I watched a good amount of that game. I mean, Harrison Barnes, he could not make a shot. They couldn't play defense. I mean, they couldn't make a shot to begin. Nobody could make a shot for Sacramento, and they couldn't stop the Celtics either. I mean, it was just so bad. Goga or Biyombo? Give me Biyombo there. But I mean, both are in play for me, but I would side with Biyombo. Ball, DeRozan, Bridges, Butler, or Levine? Give me LaMelo between those 5. Who do you like the most for value at center? Biyombo, Whiteside, or Batase? I lean Biyombo. But man, like I think those are all 3 pretty good plays. Biyombo, Whiteside, and Goga. Like I think all 3 are good options. Any interest in LeVert? I mean, I think, yeah, LeVert's definitely in play. Without Sabonis, without Brogdon, without Miles Turner, like the usage for LeVert's going to be sky high. He's going to take a ton of shots. He's going to have the ball in his hands a ton. It's a good matchup against Charlotte. I definitely like LeVert on this slate. Am I playing both CJ and Nurk? I kind of like it. Also, where am I looking with Hayward out? It's Cody Martin. I mean, I think with Hayward out, yeah, you can definitely consider Cody Martin. I think PJ Washington becomes a viable, cheap option if you want to go there. You should see big minutes for Rozier, big minutes for Gordon Hayward. Or not Gordon Hayward, but Miles Bridges. So, yeah. And then I think CJ and Nurkic, if you want to play them together, it's fine. At their price points, like I don't think they would be like standout plays for me. But I do like CJ. Nurkic is priced, I think, where he should be. I don't know if I would play both in the same lineup. Okay, we just got where Jared Allen is in. So Jared Allen's playing. I was kind of expecting that. I mean, that kind of makes like Cleveland, man. Cleveland just doesn't look that appealing today. Everyone on Cleveland's kind of expensive. It's a bad matchup. I really don't like anything on Cleveland today, especially with Jared Allen now in. Pirtle, Triple J, or Goga? That's close between Pirtle and Goga. Give me Pirtle, but that's a really close one. Is Capella a good play today against the Kings despite bad last 2 games? I'm worried about the minutes for Capella. So he's come back. Since he's come back from injury, he's only played 26 minutes in both of his 2 games. So like I don't think Capella's minutes are going to be great. I think they're kind of like easing him back a little bit. Let me see what his minutes projection is. I would assume it's not that high, which is probably the reason that Capella just doesn't stand out. Like he's only projected for 27 minutes. So like if Capella would play his normal minutes, I would feel great about him. But on this slate, like I don't think Capella stands out. It's a 10-game slate, man. Like if we're not getting full minutes from Capella, it's tough to go there. Top 3 centers playing tonight. I mean, it depends. Like you have to kind of specify price tag. I mean, top 3 centers. Your top 3 centers are, you know, Jokic, Giannis, Vooch, but like you got to specify like price point. Points per dollar wise, I like Goga, I like Pirtle, I like Bismack. Those are probably some of my favorite centers, points per dollar wise. We think about Norman Powell. Not for me. Last night he came off the bench. He was limited. He didn't play a ton. His price tag is still high. Like I don't have any interest in Norman Powell right now. I think Ja's a pretty good tournament play. I mean, I think on this slate, like Ja probably doesn't get a ton of ownership. So, yeah, like Ja's minutes have been massive lately. Without Tyus Jones, they've been playing Ja like 36, 40 minutes a night right now. So the upside is definitely there for Ja. I think the price tag is probably where it should be, but when he's playing, you know, the high 30s minutes that he's been getting, his upside's for sure there. Nurkic, Kristaps, or LaMelo? Give me LaMelo. What's up, Noah? What's up, my man? What's up, Professional Sports Showcase? What's up, buddy? Ingles, Mills, or Gary Trent? Give me Gary Trent, especially if Van Vliet or Scotty Barnes sit. I'm on my way to the Orlando Magic game. Any good picks for that game? I mean, if you're talking about like for the DFS slate, my favorite play in that game is probably like Terrence Mann, 3,700. Should start for Marcus Morris. Played a lot last game with Marcus Morris out. Like for the DFS slate, I think that's like my favorite play from that game. For prize picks, I don't know. I have to take a look. I don't know if there's any props that I really like in that game. I mean, Amir Coffey on prize picks, they have him projected for 19.5 fantasy points. Like Amir Coffey, he's been playing a ton of minutes. His minutes have kind of been up and down, but in the games where he does play a lot, he's going to hit this pretty easily. He played like 36 minutes last night and went for 44 fantasy points. So like I could definitely see Amir Coffey hitting 19.5 fantasy points, especially if the minutes are there. I haven't looked at like props in that game though, so I don't know. I'm just so tilted yesterday, man. Reggie Jackson, And Batum, I liked both Reggie Jackson and Batum yesterday after Morris got ruled out. I took some props on them, and I mean, what the hell was that? Like they benched him the entire game. I think Batum got hurt. It was just shit show, man. The Clippers are a total shit show right now. What about Jeff Green value? Not for me, man. Not for me. Like I just don't think I'd be playing Jeff Green on a 10-game slate. I feel like there's just so many other guys that offer more upside. Biyombo, Cam Johnson, PJ Washington, or Gary Trent? Give me Biyombo there. Which teeth? Vooch plus CP3 or Booker, Siakam? Probably Booker and Siakam. I would play in tiers, but I don't play tiers, honestly. Holiday or Halliburton? I would say a Halliburton, especially if Fox is out. Any Clippers love? I mean, I think Terrence Mann looks like a pretty good value now with Marcus Morris out. He's probably my favorite play from the Clippers, to be honest with you. Harden or Jokic or both? I mean, if you can play both, I like both a lot. I would side with Harden, but I think both are really good options. CJ or Halliburton? Give me, if Fox is out, give me Halliburton. If Fox plays, probably would say CJ. Yeah, I'm not that interested in Vooch. I mean, Vooch is priced kind of to his ceiling right now. He's like 9,600. Levine is back. DeRozan's back. Like, I just don't have any interest in Vooch where he's priced at now. I'd rather play like Levine for way cheaper, or even DeRozan for way cheaper. Still like Mills and OG. I think Mills is still a fine value. There's definitely some other values I prefer now, specifically like Terrence Mann. Cam Johnson I prefer for value, but I think Mills is still fine. OG, I do like quite a bit. It's going to depend on, though, if Van Vliet and Scotty Barnes play. For now, I think there's a good possibility that one of Van Vliet or Scotty Barnes don't play. So, which is going to make OG look really good. If both those guys play, I'm not going to be as high on OG. And the Raptors guys in general, I'll be a little bit less interested in. I'll update all the Patreon content when that news hits. Lamb value play? I mean, Jeremy Lamb, I'm not that interested in. Like, I don't even think his minutes have been that great lately. And if they have, I know he's not been really producing that well. I mean, last game he played 22 minutes, like 4,400 Jeremy Lamb. I mean, not on a 10-game slate. Just don't think you need to go there. Adebayo or Pirtle? I would say Adebayo if you have a salary. Lamb or Justin Holiday for value? I mean, I don't really like either one, to be honest with you. Like, I just feel like both those guys just don't offer the upside. I mean, Jeremy Lamb offers some upside, but his minutes are just not going to be what you want him to be. He probably plays like 20 minutes, so tough to go there. Jared Allen or Nurkic for tiers? I would take Nurkic. Rudy Gay or PJ Washington? Give me PJ Washington. You like Barnes even if Van Vliet's in? I think if Van Vliet and Barnes both play, then the Raptors are not a team I'd be nearly as interested in. It would basically go back to what it's kind of been, where like, who's going to play the minutes for Toronto. The main guys are going to get all the minutes. It's just hard to predict the usage, when everyone's healthy. Harden's questionable now. Are you shitting me? Oh, no, man. Oh, my God. Why? Dude, I fucking hate the NBA, man. Like, holy shit. I mean, it's literally the game starts in an hour and a half. Like, why are we just now finding this out? I bet you he doesn't play either. I don't know why, but like I feel like anytime a player is like a late add to the injury report, they never play. I mean, this is just what the fuck, man. Like, what do we do now? Like, I don't even know what to do. Because obviously Harden is like a great play today if he plays. If he gets ruled out, I mean, it's just a total shit show. At that point, we're just scrambling and we're going to be... God, this is going to be crazy. Oh, man. And I really liked Harden's Prize Picks projection. Prize Picks had Harden for 52.5 fantasy points. I thought that was way too low. But, he's probably going to be off the board now. So, whatever. I guess we can't do that anymore. Wow, man. Like, oh, my God. It's because of back-to-backs, dude. Like, anytime teams are on back-to-backs, like, this always happens. Like, guys just randomly don't play. It's so annoying. Well, we'll have to pay attention to that. I don't know when we're going to get that news on Harden. It might be 30 minutes before the game starts before we find out if he's playing. Wow. Yeah, if you're playing Harden, I mean, I'm probably still going to play Harden, but you're going to have to be ready to make a bunch of swaps if Harden doesn't play. That's all I'll say. I'm just going to leave Harden in my lineups for now, but yeah, if he gets ruled out, I mean, we're going to be in shambles. Precious Mann or Caleb Martin, or Cody Martin? Give me Terrence Mann there. Any favorite plays in the Knicks Heat game? I mean, there's not much I like in that game. If you're talking like for prize picks, I don't know. I don't think there's any props that really stood out in that game for me. Coffee and Kennard didn't play for cash, same lineup. I would definitely not be playing those guys in cash games. No way. I mean, they're tournament plays. If you're playing anyone on the Clippers in cash, you're playing Terrence Mann in cash, and not those guys. Going to the Hornets game versus the Lakers on Friday for your birthday. Not for my birthday, Dirty Dan, just going because it's the Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan. I live in South Carolina, so, you know, if I want to go watch the Lakers play, it either has to be when they play in Charlotte or when they play in Atlanta. And they're playing Charlotte Friday, and yes, I am going to that game. You'll probably see me, the game's going to be on ESPN, so it'll be on national TV. I'll be 3 rows behind the Lakers bench, so you'll probably see me on TV. I'm so excited for that game, man. Friday, the Lakers-Hornets game, I will be there. I'm so excited. And I won't be streaming Friday, sadly, because of that, but I'll still have a video up for Friday's slate. 3v3, Harden, Jokic, Book Night, or Harden, Morant, Triple J. Definitely the second. I don't think I'd be playing Book Night, but the second I'd probably prefer there. Any interest in Luka? I mean, I think right now Luka doesn't really stand out, but like if Harden gets ruled out, I mean, Luka's going to look like a better pay-up option just because that would take Harden off the board. But I think like I would put Jokic ahead of Luka. I'd put Harden ahead of Luka, assuming Harden plays. Luka's not like a priority stud for me. CJ, Halliburton, or LaMelo. If Fox is out, I would probably say Halliburton there. If Fox plays, it'd be close between CJ and LaMelo. Probably slight lean to LaMelo maybe. Favorite point guard other than Harden? I mean, probably like, if you're talking Yahoo, let's see. I mean, if you can still pay up, like I think Morant looks good. LaMelo I kind of like in the mid-range. But yeah, I mean, Harden I think is clearly like the best point guard play today. If Harden gets ruled out, I mean, it's just going to be like, I'm just going to do a lot of swapping. I don't know. I really didn't plan for this, so this is kind of, we'll just adjust if the news comes out. I'm sure we're not going to get this news before lock, so once we get news on Harden, if it comes out after lock, I mean, yeah, we'll just have to adjust then. And we actually did get word Day'Ron Sharpe is out, so that's actually kind of important. So they're going to be missing Claxton and Day'Ron Sharpe. So like I think LaMarcus Aldridge might play a lot here. Obviously, his usage would be great if Harden sits. And I think they're going to need him out there going up against Jokic. So like LaMarcus Aldridge could be a pretty good play today. Now that Claxton's out and Sharpe is out as well. I'm guessing they'll start Aldridge at center. But man, like, let's talk about this. So if Harden sits, I mean, I don't know what Brooklyn, because obviously this is a game where Brooklyn could just say like, screw it, we're just going to like rest everybody. They could rest Aldridge, they could rest Patty Mills. I don't know what they're going to do. But if everyone's in outside of Harden, I mean, Aldridge would look really good. Patty Mills would look like a great play. Kessler Edwards would probably be a good value. Whoever else were to start, whether it be like Cam Thomas or Bruce Brown, like they're just going to be so much value from Brooklyn. They're probably going to get blown out, but most of these guys, some of these guys will probably still play in a blowout. I really just hope Harden plays, man. I don't want to have to deal with this shit. I really hope Harden plays. Jesus. But yeah, you're going to have to just be ready to make swaps, I'll say. Pirtle or Biyombo. Slight lean to Biyombo there, but that's a close one. Harden, LeVert, Trent, Mann, DeRozan, Torrey Craig, Bismack Biyombo, Whiteside. I mean, Torrey Craig, I kind of question the upside on Torrey Craig, but I know he's cheap on Yahoo, so I think that's fine. An interest in Hero? Probably not. Just with Bam healthy, with Jimmy healthy. I know Lowry's out, but like Hero's, I think he's almost like 7K on DraftKings, so it's not like he's that cheap. First game back from COVID protocols, like, does he play his full minutes? I mean, we just don't know. I'm not that high on Hero. Yeah, I see guys like saying pivot to Murray if Harden's out. I mean, what I recommend doing anytime a player gets ruled out, especially like a player like this, you don't want to just take Harden out and just play whoever's available. Like, you want to just completely re-optimize your lineup, because if Harden gets ruled out, not only do you need to get Harden out of your lineup, but you now need to think about who benefits without Harden. You know, you're going to probably be playing some value from Brooklyn, so I never would just like take a guy out, put a guy in, that'd be it. Like, you need to completely just wipe your whole lineup and just start over when a player like Harden gets ruled out. So whatever you whatever your lineup looks like with Harden in, if Harden gets ruled out, just scratch it, just start over. And if it comes out after lock, then just, whoever's locked in there, obviously you'll keep them in there, but then just re-optimize with whatever else is left. That's what I'm going to do. I would never say just, take Harden out, put in Dejounte Murray. Like, you don't want to do that. You want to just completely re-optimize your lineup. Like Edwards now with Harden probably out. I mean, yeah, if Harden sits, Kessler Edwards, Patty Mills, if he plays, it's a back-to-back. I guess Patty Mills would play, but we'll have to keep an eye on. Starting lineup for Brooklyn's going to be really important if Harden sits, because that's going to dictate a lot of the value. Guys like Bruce Brown, Patty Mills, if he plays, Cam Thomas, it's just going to be value galore. Can I win without Jokic and Harden with upper mid cards like LeVert, LaMelo? I mean, if Harden gets ruled out, there's going to be so much value from Brooklyn that it's probably going to be pretty easy to pay up for studs. So I usually on slates where there's a lot of value, you want to go stars and scrubs. Like stars and scrubs usually is always the winning strategy when the value is there. And right now, especially if Harden sits, there's going to be a lot of value. So any interest in Porzingis? I think Porzingis is a solid tournament play. Not like a priority pay up option for me or spend up play, but he's viable. He's got upside against Portland for sure. Butler or Booker, probably would say Jimmy Butler there, but that's a close one. John Collins or Anthony Simons? Give me Simons. Holmes or Mann? Give me Terrence Mann. John Morant or Trey? Give me Ja. Yeah, I see people asking, with Harden, if Harden sits, would I be off Jokic? I don't think so. Obviously there would be a lot of blowout risk, but Jokic's upside is just so massive. And I think if Denver does blow out Brooklyn without Harden, which would be pretty likely, it's probably because Jokic is just going nuts. I don't know if Denver has enough guys to beat a team without Jokic being the guy that does everything. It's it could be a blowout, but Jokic puts up 65 and 3/4. So I would not be off of Jokic even if it's a blowout, or even if Harden sits. I would still think Jokic would be a really good play. The blowout risk would be a little bit higher, obviously, but that wouldn't take me off Jokic. Here we got where Vooch and Tyler Cook available. Mitchell Robinson available. Nerlens Noel out. So, yeah, that doesn't change too much. Really, we're waiting on Harden news now and waiting on De'Aaron Fox news, and we're still waiting for Raptors news. That's the big news that we need. The Harden news, man. What the hell? Jesus Christ. If Harden is out, would you play Murray or Morant? I mean, I think both those would definitely be two of the guys I'd be probably looking to swap to. Slight lean to John Morant over Murray, just because John Morant's role is so good right now and he's playing so many freaking minutes. But I think you could definitely play a lot of Brooklyn value and then just pay up for Ja, pay up for Dejounte Murray, pay up for Jokic. That could probably work if Harden does sit, because there's just going to be so much value from Brooklyn if Harden sits. Reggie, Cole, Conley, or Suggs? God. Give me Cole Anthony there, but that's really close. I think all four of those guys project pretty closely. Bam or Holiday? Give me Bam. Halliburton, Mills, Murray, Joker. I mean, I think that's those four are going to be solid. It's just, that's news. We're waiting for news there. Fox, for me, I'm only going to go to Halliburton if Fox is out. If Fox plays, I would not be that high on Halliburton. But obviously, Dejounte Murray, Jokic in play. Mills would look a lot better if Harden sits. Just pay attention to the starting lineup for Brooklyn, because I think there's a possibility that they could rest Mills on a back-to-back. They've kind of done that before. So starting lineup is going to be really, really important for Brooklyn if Harden sits. I know he's not a big upside guy, and Allen's playing tonight, but Dean Wade's 3,100 and starting. Yeah, dude, just no interest for me. No interest for me. Dean Wade's such a low upside player. My man Mark is back again with the massive, massive super chats. $100 super chat from Mark. What up, Noah? I know you tell me not to, but I appreciate you, man. Thanks. We had another great weekend. Sorry I've been busy. First live stream I made this week. Good luck to all tonight. Mark, you're a legend, my man. You're a legend. I really wish you would stop donating, because I do not want your money. I want you to keep your money, man. Any money we win, I want you to keep it. I don't want you to give it back to me. But I appreciate the $100. You're a legend. And yeah, good luck to everyone tonight. Good luck to everyone. Hopefully we can have another big night tonight. Any love for Luke Kennard today? I mean, Luke Kennard played great yesterday. Does Reggie Jackson and, Zubac and who else got benched? Someone else got Batum. Like, do those guys get benched today? I don't think so. So, like, I don't know if Luke Kennard plays as much as he did yesterday. Just because, that was just such a weird game. The Clippers were losing by 40. They played their bench guys. The bench guys got hot. They made a comeback. Yeah, just weird situation there with the Clippers. Monte Morris or Terrence Mann? I would take Terrence Mann. Gary Trent or Suggs? Probably would say Gary Trent, especially if one of or both of VanVleet and Barnes are out. Jokic or Giannis? Jokic for me. Favorite Nets in order if Harden's out? So it's going to depend on starting lineup, because that's obviously going to dictate like where we can kind of project the minutes to go. But I would have to say like Aldridge, Patty Mills, Edwards, Cam Thomas, Bruce Brown, maybe if he starts. Like that's going to be most of the value, I think. Like I want to say like Cam Thomas probably would pick up a start. He'd be a really good value because they've been starting Mills. It's been Harden, Mills. Sharp was starting, but he won't. I'm guessing Aldridge will start for Sharp. Edwards, Bembry started yesterday, so they probably would start Cam Thomas in place of Harden and go Cam Thomas, Mills, Bembry, Edwards, and Aldridge. Like I think that would be the 5 starters, but I don't know. It's going to depend on starting lineup, man. I think Aldridge, Mills, Edwards, Thomas, if he starts, would be kind of where I'd look to. Giannis' sneaky GPP play, I feel like no one's talking about him. Yeah, Giannis is going to be low owned today. It's a tough spot against Cleveland. Giannis doesn't really stand out today when you have Jokic, when you potentially may have Harden, Luka in a pretty good spot, Trey's in a good spot. Giannis is not going to get ownership today. Anytime Giannis is low owned, he's going to be solid in tournaments. But like the team's fully healthy now. They have Drew back. Middleton's healthy. Giannis can go off any night, but I don't think he is a standout play today. But does that mean he could fail? Like obviously Giannis could crush. I mean, he can crush any night. Is Wade still viable with Allen back? I wouldn't be going there. I know he's starting, but I would not play Dean Wade. Giannis going off tonight after rest. Did Giannis rest last game? I can't remember if he rested or if he was out. I think he actually might have been. Yeah, I mean, sure, if you want to buy into that narrative, sure. But again, tough spot against Cleveland. The team's fully healthy. I just don't think Giannis doesn't project as good as guys like Jokic. He doesn't project as good as Harden. That's why he's going to be low owned, I would say. But that doesn't mean he's going to suck. I mean, Giannis could still go off even in a tough spot. Okay, Clippers starting Reggie Jackson, Coffee, Mann, Batum, and Zubac. So the Clippers are starting the same starting lineup as yesterday. Again, they benched freaking Reggie Jackson and all those other guys. They benched Batum, or Batum got hurt. They benched Zubac. I don't think that happens again. So expect those guys to play their full minutes today. All right, I think I'm about to wrap up the stream here, though. Still waiting for some big news with De'Aaron Fox. Huge news with James Harden now questionable. We'll have to pay attention to that. Be ready to make changes to your lineups if Harden winds up sitting. And you're still waiting for news on Fred VanVleet, Scotty Barnes from Toronto. That's another big one. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. It was a big slate today. We have a much smaller slate tomorrow. So only a 2-gamer tomorrow. I'll still be live an hour before lock tomorrow to talk through the 2-gamer. And then we have a big Friday night slate. Again, I am going to the Lakers-Hornets game Friday. I will still have a video up for Friday, but I will not be streaming on Friday. But I'll be streaming tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the stream, hopefully. Low 2-gamer tomorrow. And then we got a big slate Friday. But best of luck tonight, guys. Appreciate you watching. Hopefully, we can win some big money tonight. And, as always, make sure you're paying attention to news throughout the night. Make sure you're keeping an eye on this James Harden news because it's going to really impact the slate if he gets ruled out. But yeah, good luck tonight, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow, an hour before lock. Peace out.